Today I'm interviewing Shubham Londhe, a DevOps tech influencer based out of India.
दोस्तों डेवॉप्स और क्लाउड के मार्केट में जॉब्स की कमी नहीं है, कमी है स्किल्ड इंजीनियर्स की।
He has got 175,000 YouTube subscribers for his unique teaching style. I got to know Shubham through developer community and also while working at AWS. I've been following his work for some time now and I see graduates who are going through his programs are being placed at tech jobs. Tech job market is pretty screwed, but how is his graduates being placed? I wanted to find out all that. If you stick around until the end, you'll be able to find the answer to it. If you like this video, leave a thumbs up, and there are so many videos similar to this in this YouTube channel. Go and check them out too. If you have any feedback, if you have any questions, leave a comment down below. Now, let's go to the video. Welcome to the Builder Story. Learn from people who have built really cool stuff that matter. Hi everyone, thanks for joining for another episode of the Builder Story. Today I have someone special joining with us for this episode, Shubham, or the DevOps Shubham Bhaiya. He's very well known in the AWS community and also someone who is influential in the DevOps sphere as well, within India and also outside too. So thank you Shubham for joining. Welcome to the show.
Thanks Shafraz. The Builder Story, I've always seen your episodes, the Kiro one, all the community people one. Love it. Love the energy, love the entire story. So great. I'm so glad that you invited. Thank you so much.
Shubham, I know about yourself and people who follows you also knows about yourself as well. But something that a lot of people might not know is your background story, how you got started, how you came to where you are now. So if you can share a little bit about who's Shubham, how you got started as well with us.
That takes me back to the days. So currently I'm working as a senior developer advocate at Temporal. I started back in 2016 as a teaching assistant. I always loved teaching and helping out my peers, students. So I started as a teaching assistant, then got an internship into software engineering in 2017. And then I got a job just out of college in 2018. And since then, it's IT industry going on. In between, in 2020, when there was COVID lockdown, everything was shut, and the Prime Minister of India, Mr. Narendra Modi, he said, "Atmanirbhar bano, be self-sufficient." And I love teaching, but all the colleges were closed. Everything was closed. So I started a YouTube channel where I started teaching Python, DevOps, and I kept doing that. And in 2024, I got a silver play button by YouTube. I just kept doing it, and that's the silver play button which YouTube gave me. So interesting time. So what started as a hobby, as a teaching assistant in 2016, is something which keeps me going. So I love teaching and being a techie at heart.
That you have passion for education and then educating other people also. I still remember COVID times. We had a lot of people started doing YouTube,
Yeah,
but not
yeah.
many actually continued. Looking back, I think definitely a success story that you have. When we meet you, or maybe when you go to a conference, a lot of people knows you. At least once every single person in that audience I would have watched one of your videos, and you're always known for DevOps. Even though your channel has other contents as well, you're doing sessions on like CV reviewing, you do
Yeah,
a lot of other work as well, but you're known for DevOps. So how
true.
did you get into DevOps? What's the story behind it?
It's very funny story. So in 2018, when I joined my first job, I was hired as a software engineer for Python, and I was doing a lot of Python work, APIs, database connections, everything. And my CTO, Mr.
Mhm.
Radhe, He was ex Book My Show, which is a very popular ticket booking platform here in India. And he had a very good idea about DevOps, platform engineering, SRE, and all those automation things. And he used to say pipeline fud gayi. And what does that mean? The pipeline is broken. I used to wonder what is this pipeline this guy always talks about, and what's that. So I went to him and said, what's the pipeline, what you're talking about, always pipeline broken? He said, this is not about some plumbing pipeline or something. This is DevOps CI/CD pipeline. And it sounded very interesting. CI/CD, what's that? And that's when I got to know what is DevOps. And in 2018, my first job, Radhe, who was the CTO, he saw that this guy out of the entire crew had the curiosity to ask me questions. So he directly added me to his team, and I got to learn DevOps directly from the CTO, which is directly on production, which is AWS, CI/CD pipelines, Kubernetes clusters, Jenkins. And when I started my YouTube channel, there was no one who was making videos on these tools. Even if I searched DevOps, there was some out of India videos, but nothing in India, nothing in Hindi. So I thought maybe no one is making them, I'll make. So I started making Hindi videos for DevOps. CI/CD, kya hota hai, what is CI/CD, what is Linux. And I made this video called Linux in One Shot, and which I saw recently, it crossed 1 million views. And that's when I realized that, okay, people in India, they love Linux, they love DevOps. So, and that's what I kept doing. I made more videos, more. So, and I think I've made around 1,800 videos for DevOps. But yeah, as you said, I do other things as well. But what the audience wanted and what I wanted kind of aligned. And that's what kept it going.
I've met you before. We have worked previously. So during those times, something that you told is that uh, you kept going, even when the number of views were like very small. That's not what was your driving force. Now, even if you have like 175K following in YouTube and then other platforms as well, like how do you keep going even when the views were like quite small?
I remember the first 100 videos. So the way YouTube works is it's a big platform. Whenever you upload a video, no one cares, no one watches if you have zero followers. What I did, my first video, when I posted, I was very happy. Oh, wow, I've posted a video. But then no one watched, and I waited for a week and so or so, but no one watched it. So what I did, I picked up my mother's phone, I picked up my father's phone, my sister's phone, and my fake ID, and I got the first 4 views on my video. And those first 4 views gave me a kick that, oh wow, 4 people, 4 views, that's more than enough. And that's what I need to make the second video. So I made the second video, and again, same people watching, not people, same phones playing my channel, and it got 4 views again. And the third video got 5 views, and I was surprised that, hey, there's someone else in this world that knows that I'm making videos. And suddenly, after 12th video or 15th video, I got a comment, great content. Can you make a video on Python requests or some library? And I was
Nice.
so happy that in this world, someone saw my video and someone is requesting for me to teach them. And I made that video, and the guy commented that, great, now this. And more people started commenting. And when I got to know that if you understand what your audience needs and you make videos for them and you kind of give back, they will bring in more people. They started sharing those videos saying that, hey, if you want your favorite topic to be made as a video, you just comment on this guy. And that's how I got my first 100 subscribers after making 100 videos. So the first
Wow.
100 videos were very important because those first 100 videos were the result of the comments that I was getting. So now, even if I get one comment saying that, hey, can you make a video on AI? I am the happiest. I don't care if anyone watches that video or not. It's for that one person who is watching that video and commenting on it that, okay, they want me to teach. So that makes me happy. So I don't go for numbers or not.
It took you 100 videos to get 100 subscribers, I think, which is crazy. And especially it actually resonates well when you look at some of the successful YouTubers also. You feel like they are talking to you.
Yeah.
Quite
That's
personalized,
true.
right?
So it's so personalized. So everyone talks about YouTube algorithm, views, comments, shares, but it's not. It's like a living algorithm which knows that whatever you say, if it resonates, it connects with the audience, your video will go viral or your video will be shared.
Hmm.
And if you get more shares, more watch time, more click through rates, it will boost up. So some numbers and some psychology.
If we go back to the like subject matters right now, you mostly have been talking about DevOps. So for anyone who's watching this video, like, what is DevOps?
So if I have to bring it very simply, you have an organization where you have hired some developers to build your application, and
Mhm,
that application has to reach millions of customers, millions of users. Now, how you can make that application reach the market in
mhm,
shortest time possible?
mhm,
So the time to market should be reduced. So what you can do, you can automate things, you can scale things as you want to go to millions. So your development team is completely focused on building that application. But
mhm,
now, which team will be focused on making sure the applications are available to millions of people and are scalable and observable, everything? So that's the
mhm,
operation side. So
mhm,
DevOps is more of a culture that
mhm,
whatever these developers are building, whatever these operation guys are making sure it goes out in public, that happens in sync.
mhm,
So development operations. So
mhm,
it's nowadays they've made it as a role that okay, DevOps engineer, so senior DevOps engineer. But when Patrick DeBois in 2009, when he coined this term, he had this that okay, this is taking time. The
mhm,
development team making sure that the application is going out there, it's taking time. What if
mhm,
we have a infinity kind of logo saying that you code, you build, you test, and you deploy, and it
mhm,
happens in an automated fashion? So that's why
mhm,
DevOps, that infinity symbol is there. So it's
mhm,
more of a culture, it's my mindset. But then it became streamlined. It people got into it. They added
mhm,
tools, Docker, Kubernetes, GitHub Actions, and all those tools. Then it became like a proper role that if you know these tools, if you have this reduction of time to market mindset, then you're
mhm.
good in DevOps.
Great. So you also run a bunch of trainings as well. We
Hmm.
train with Shubham, and I've seen screenshots of people who are successful, like getting a job because they
Yeah.
went through your training sessions, which is amazing. First
Mhm.
of all, so
Thank you.
now with AI right,
Hmm.
coming into the picture, a lot of folks are like anxious. Like, should I still learn about like Docker, Kubernetes,
Hmm.
Terraform? Should I still learn about those? Or should I learn about like how to code with AI, and then code
Hmm.
AI can help you out to like deploy everything? So what do you advise to your trainees who are going through your training sessions?
That's something which is talk of the town. That yeah, if you just write a prompt, everything is done. If you just put a prompt in Kiro, your entire application is ready. So what happens to the developers, to the DevOps engineers? But if you look back, AI, agentic AI, it's kind of that fancy thing which everyone should have in their skill set. But zooming out, the Docker as a technology remains Docker only. Ansible as a technology remains Ansible only. Kubernetes will remain Kubernetes only. If you don't know the basics, you are just writing a prompt and getting an output which you don't understand. So, as a beginner in DevOps, It's very, very important. It's still important to understand the basics and then understand how DevOps and AI can work together, which is now moving towards AI ops, observable AI, durable AI. So,
Mhm.
as a beginner, whenever I'm talking to beginners or freshers, I advise them for your initial 2 to 3 months, don't use AI. Use
Mhm.
your own intelligence, understand how these projects are built, how you write a Docker file from scratch, and then once you know well about it, then make the same using prompts, then make the same using AI agents. See how AI agents can do the root cause analysis for you, see how AI agents can do AI ops for you. So the concepts, everything remains the same, only just that a fancy new tool is added which gives you superpowers. So that's all. We should not skip the basics.
That's true. That's true. Should not skip the basics. I'm sure you, as an educator, you are proud that your like people who have gone through the training are getting jobs. Shubham
Yeah.
Bhaiya, I have got this.
Mhm.
I always like cherish those like screenshot as well, because like if someone gets a job, that means you're making an impact, right? Like a real impact,
Yeah.
because there's financial impact, and then also someone is a part of a family, so the person is able to like contribute back to their family, the society, etc. One of the sort of challenge a lot of people have is like there are a lot of jobs in the market as well,
Hmm.
but your graduates are getting all these like opportunities. Like,
Hmm.
what's the difference? Like people who are out there and then people who are going through your training. What's your
Hmm.
secret sauce?
The secret sauce is hard work. So when I ask them that, hey, whenever there is a first day of my training, the
Hmm,
first day we don't study at all. We're
hmm,
like enjoying, having fun, listening songs, and having a kind of induction session. And in
okay.
that session, I just teach them how to learn something. And I
Hmm,
teach them just three things. Always go after what, why, and how. So generally, what people miss is they just go for how or what. They never care about why. So they generally go, okay, Kubernetes, they will go to this video, Kubernetes project, download it, git clone, run. Oh, I have learned Kubernetes. But they did not realize that how Kubernetes got into the picture. Why do you need Kubernetes? Do
hmm,
you need it or not? So first step for Kubernetes was Linux. Before that, networking,
hmm,
then Docker, and then
hmm,
Kubernetes. So they
hmm,
they find these terms fancy. They find some courses which says um, build a 3 tier application in 1 hour, and
hmm,
they think that okay, 1 hour, it's in my resume. Yeah,
hmm,
but now I'm taking 90 days, 3 months for them to clear their basics, which is Linux, fundamentals of networking, what is an IP address, how does
hmm,
a VPC work. And that's where it gets the difference. The
hmm,
first 2 months, they're just understanding basic, just doing the boring stuff. And
hmm,
once they cross that, for them, Ansible, Terraform, Kubernetes becomes very easy. And
hmm,
when they go to interviews, and in interviews, you also know the core basics are asked. So in my
hmm,
interview as well in Amazon, they asked me how does a caching work or how browser works. And that's when I realized that if you're good with your basics, if your roots
hmm,
are very strong, you can do amazing in advanced stuff. And
hmm,
in advance, I make some advanced projects, which
hmm,
are 3 tier projects, multiple microservices, Kubernetes, amazing,
hmm,
cool stuff, which they can put in their resume. So
hmm,
now their resume is strong. Now
hmm,
their communication skills are strong. Their
hmm,
basics are strong. Everything becomes strong and they get a job.
hmm.
So you have to work very hard. There's no shortcut.
You also encourage them to do projects also, right? As you were like correctly mentioning, like not just going through a video for about an hour gives you
Hmm.
the exact like the meat or the plumbing of how everything else works, right? So now when you give projects, how do you kind of like come up with all these ideas? Do you get some of your previous experiences, give people real world examples also? How do you come up with all these practical projects for people to go through?
What I do is I see what's currently going on in market.
Hmm.
So let's say currently agentic AI is going on.
Hmm.
So how I can make a project that these learners can build from scratch.
Hmm.
At the same time, they can post on public platforms. So I use this term called learn in public. So
Hmm.
let's say I'm learning Docker. So how
Hmm.
do I make Olama run via Docker?
Hmm.
How do I make an agentic AI workflow orchestration via Temporal?
Hmm.
Or how I can make this CI/CD pipeline with security using DevSecOps and GitHub Actions.
Hmm.
So I take all these use cases and ask them to learn this.
Hmm.
I also share my screen and I do a complete project. And I ask them that, hey, go on GitHub, take any favorite application you want, any domain you want, and try Dockerizing it. Try making a CI/CD pipeline for it. And whatever you do, take a screenshot of that, post it on LinkedIn.
Hmm.
And when they do that, many people who have interest in that domain, they follow them, they comment on their post, and that goes into that LinkedIn network graph. And somewhere, somehow, a recruiter reaches out to them that, hey, great work. We are hiring. There's some opening here. And that's
Hmm.
how learn in public helps them. Their skills are
Hmm.
boosted, their resume, their LinkedIn, everything is plus. So it helps.
Now, your classes, like all the training sessions, quite fun. Like even if you go to a like conference, a lot of people flocks around you because you have this sort of way of getting along with people and making it fun, the learning, etc. Right? It's not boring. Learning with Shubham or training with Shubham is not boring. Some folks might say, "Hey, seems they're having too much fun in the process.
Mm-hmm.
Are they really learning something? Like why do you bring in fun element into all these training
Mm.
sessions?
So I remember when I was in 10th boards exams. So I used to learn a lot in my school, and
Hmm.
there was bookish knowledge. There was something written on the board and all. But then I used to go to these coaching centers, and in coaching centers, the teachers are very different.
Hmm.
They teach you different kind of formulas which are named after cities or some fun kind of element, and those formulas, those learnings always stayed with me. And that's
Hmm.
what I when I realized that learning should not always be serious. It can
Hmm.
be happy learning as well. And that's why I put happy learning, train with Shubham happy learning. Because the motto always is happy learning. So happy birthday, happy Diwali, it's happy learning. So every day is a celebration if you're
Hmm.
learning. That's
Hmm.
how you become a lifelong learner. If you stay
Hmm.
a serious learner, it's not good. So I always try to relate things with some kind of jokes or
Hmm.
some kind of personal events
Hmm.
which sounded funny to me and sounded
Hmm.
relatable to someone. And
Hmm.
I ask people not to call me sir or
Hmm.
not to call me some kind of professor or something. Just
Hmm.
call me bhaiya. Bhaiya
Hmm.
means brother.
Hmm.
And with our siblings, you
Hmm.
can't be serious. You always have to do some fun with your siblings.
Hmm.
So that created a kind of bond with all my learners. Now,
Hmm.
from some of them, I am the younger bhaiya. For
Hmm.
some, I am the elder bhaiya. So
Hmm.
that's how I could tackle a fresher as well
Hmm.
as a 10 plus years experienced person. So that's the secret sauce.
You have been training all these folks for quite some time now. Some of them would have become like, from junior to
Mm.
DevOps engineers and to senior folks as well. There's this tendency, or there's a trend where DevOps engineers are moving towards SRE, DevOps engineers
Mm.
becoming platform engineers. So, what makes this like sort of change in these like different career trajectories, right? Like SRE to platform engineers. So, is this a natural evolution? Like, if you are a DevOps engineer, you should go and become SRE and a
Mm.
platform engineer, or these are like different sort of career pathways?
So it's different career which I see. Every company has it differently. So in Google, they don't have DevOps engineers because they are the ones who coined that SRE thing.
Hmm.
So every company has their different point of view with DevOps SRE. But platform engineering is something which is very interesting. So in
Hmm.
2024, I
Hmm.
joined this company called Liven as a platform engineer. There, the reason why I could crack the platform engineering job was I had experience of DevOps engineering as well as Python development from my first company. So a platform engineer would basically build tools, build platforms that could
Mhm.
serve the internal teams, be it
Mm.
DevOps engineering, be it development testing. So
Hmm.
I had built tools, I had built applications as well as deployed them on production. So that
Hmm.
gave me the developer as well as DevOps engineer Venn diagram thing. And that's
Hmm.
in between, it lies the platform engineering stuff.
Hmm.
But for a DevOps engineer, if you add observability to your skill set, you have service level objectives and SLAs, SLOs. If you
Hmm.
are maintaining your applications with some kind of contracts, which
Hmm.
Google coined that SRE terms, you're doing that thing, then
Hmm.
there is a very thin line between DevOps and SRE. So as a
Hmm.
DevOps engineer, you can go towards SRE as a career path,
Hmm.
but platform engineering becomes more of development.
Hmm.
So you have to be a very good developer to become a platform engineer.
Hmm.
Whereas you don't have to be a super developer to become a DevOps engineer or SRE. So that's
Hmm.
my take. Obviously, there are different versions of it.
People are scared that agentic
Hmm.
AI agents are going to replace your jobs, especially when you are like in DevOps area as well. But what you're trying to do is like get rid of the fear and to tell
Hmm.
people like, hey, don't be feared, be equipped with these latest tools. So, what were some of the initial feedback that you got when you launched this?
Challenge I still get is still different type of people. Some are very self motivated, some needs motivation, and some can pull you down as well. So there are many people who comment on my videos saying that, hey, there are no jobs for freshers. The AI is basically taking all the jobs for DevOps. The DevOps engineer, IT market is dead. So they
Hmm.
directly post these things on my videos. Now, as a viewer, say my video is 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or 1 hour long.
Hmm.
That much patience no one has, but they have the patience to read the comments. So they'll start reading the comments, and first comment they read is there is no job for DevOps. And
Hmm.
when someone reads that comment, they will not watch your video. So the
Hmm.
average view duration drops.
Hmm.
So, because of these negative comments or the notion around job loss, layoffs, and everything,
Hmm.
that's one thing which happens that someone who's eager to learn something, they might get
Hmm.
demotivated and they might skip. So,
Hmm.
what I try to do is I just keep 1 day of the week where I just accumulate all the jobs that have been, all the learners that have been placed. I just showcase them that, hey, see,
Hmm.
they're getting placed. Internships, they're getting paid internships. And I have this Discord server where
Hmm.
there's a channel called Job Opportunities.
Hmm.
So we get around 15 to 20 job opportunities daily in that channel.
Nice.
So the learners who are in that Discord channel, they are always motivated. That, okay, it's always job because someone is building out there and they need engineers like you. That's why there are jobs. But again, there's different stories of plus and minus, layoffs and everything. But at the end of the day, there's someone building out there and they need you. They need your skills. And if you are upskilled enough, you will be hired. That's the entire notion. And that's the good part which keeps it going. But yeah, the negatives would always be there.
That's true. Like similar to learning public, Shubham has another area which is built in public also, right? A lot of people are building stuff for DevOps. because there's like a clear pathway. If someone wants to build something on DevOps, there are DevOps agents, etc. So students, I'm sure, like people who have taken your training courses, etc., there can be like entrepreneurs also, gone beyond just
True.
joining a company, right? So for folks like that, now what has been your advice?
I remember a student joined me in 2023, and he was a freelancer, and he had taken all these Fiverr and Upwork assignments for $5, $10, and he used to do that. And he joined my course, and now he was getting, let's say, $10, $15 per hour, and so on. And then he thought that, what if I have my own agency where I could hire people to do that same freelance work? And now he has all these videos, he has his own experience, plus he has the clients giving him feedbacks, testimonials, and all those good things. Now he
Hmm.
hired 3 people from my course itself. Now that,
Wow.
yeah, so now he got his team from that course, and that's where his entrepreneurial journey started. Now,
Hmm.
from a freelancer to a CEO handling 4 5 people, now he started hiring outside as well,
Hmm.
managers, and then now he started
Nice.
his own company, a consulting firm. And now what happens, whenever there's new hiring, they ask me that, hey, there's a new batch coming. Are you launching a new course? Because we have 5 people ready for you. And that makes me very happy that I always get to teach new people. And that's one story which always stuck with me. There's one more story which is about Sanket. Now Sanket,
Mhm.
I always teach in Hindi, and I have this unique projects and everything. Now what he did, he took that training and went to UK audience, and now he's teaching in
Wow.
English. So the
Wow.
entire course is now in English, and I'm very happy about it. And I
Hmm.
don't want to do anything. I'm very happy about it that I'm not teaching in English, but there is someone, a student of mine, who is teaching. So
Hmm.
now he runs a single person training agency where he's
Hmm.
training DevOps in English for US, UK markets.
And I think one area that any viewers from your train Shubham channel also can explore is that like how can they build stuff
Hmm.
for DevOps as well, like especially like marrying what you're teaching with agentic AI also. There's going to be
Yeah.
much more sort of impact. Like India as a market, like that's where you have majority of your audience also, right? Because
Yeah.
you like explain things in Hindi. Like India as a market is massive, and then there's a lot of diaspora outside also who can like
Hmm.
be benefited out of what they build. You not only teach people technology, but you also help students to review their CVs,
Yeah.
building resumes. So what are some of the common sort of good things that you see, common set of areas of improvement that you see in
Hmm.
any CV?
So one CV I reviewed just before this call was Omkar's CV. So what Omkar
Mhm.
had done was, he had got very good marks in 10th and 12th,
Hmm.
94%.
Hmm.
And he had put that first thing on his resume, that education, bachelor's 94%, 10th 96%, great. And I was looking at it and saying, okay, good, good. And towards the end of the resume, he had put work experience, internship. And that's
Hmm.
when I realized that whenever you're a student, and if you have work experience, be it internship, be it virtual work or any remote work, put that on top, because people
Hmm.
want to see what you have built. People want to see what you have worked in real life. Marks may not matter for some companies. So but students, they don't have this awareness. They're like, I got 95%, so let's keep it on top. Internship
Mhm.
is like, for 4 6 months I did, let's keep it towards the end. That's
Hmm.
one mistake which I saw. Second mistake which I saw, it's very common, is they, I don't know why they like posting their photo in their resume, which is like this big photo, like a smile and everything. And these ATS, the applicant tracking systems, which
Hmm.
are the software which are scanning these resume, they
Hmm.
might not parse that photo. That entire template might not be read even, and they could directly be rejected. So there is
Hmm.
no human reviewer as a first screen for your resume. There's always an ATS system handling your resume. So the
Hmm.
templates which the learners should be using should be ATS friendly.
Hmm.
So that's one thing which I keep sharing, that hey, I have these ATS friendly templates on Train with Shubham, which you can
Hmm.
download for free for
Hmm.
freshers, for experienced. Just download the template, put it on Google Docs, edit it, and
Hmm.
just make a resume which software can read.
Hmm.
And what one more mistake which they do is, they go to ChatGPT, they upload their resume, says that hey, improve this resume. ChatGPT writes beautiful resume, and which gets plagiarized and never selected. So that's something which and most of the resumes then look very similar,
Hmm.
look very AI generated. One resume I saw with emojis as well. So that's when I got to know that okay, people are not putting that much efforts in their resume. That's why I have these resume review sessions. And
Hmm.
during these sessions, I just pick 10, 20 resumes where I give these kind of learnings from examples. That hey,
Hmm.
this is the mistake. You should be fixing it.
Hmm.
And that's why I do it once a month or so.
One thing that I've also seen is that, like, if you're a student, of course, you don't have a lot of experience. So it's
Hmm.
always good to call out like the projects that you have built. If there's something
Projects.
live, they should call those out, right? So that's one.
So true.
If
So
you're
true.
someone experienced, you should like say, okay, what were some of your like responsibilities? What did you achieve, or maybe deliverables, right?
Hmm.
Like that you personally owned. That helps out as well in resumes. And then like third, of course, I think it's good to be a part of a community, right? Then you get to know
Absolutely.
people. Because I was having a chat with Zach, an AWS hero. He was telling me in the previous video, all his like jobs that he have landed, he always
Hmm.
got in through a referral.
Wow. Yeah, that happens if you're in a community. Yeah,
So like like being a part of a community and then knowing people help helps you out
it
too.
helps.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
so true. It happens with me all the time, because people in India and outside India, they're so welcoming, and
Hmm.
I love to be part of communities. So whenever I am looking for a change or anything, there's always someone saying that hey, don't worry, we've got you. So it happens. It's very not very easy, but it's comparatively easy to get a job if you know people in the community.
If you can share what are you planning with your like trainings in the future, what can our viewers like expect from Shubham in coming couple of months or maybe like couple of weeks?
Yeah, so on YouTube, I have made this DevOps in one short playlist,
Hmm.
which is like 10 videos, 15 videos playlist, which covers each and every tool of DevOps. Why do you need DevOps? How do you do
Hmm.
DevOps? What is DevOps? And what are those tools? So I've done a lot about DevOps in the last few years. Now it's time to integrate agentic AI with DevOps. So I'm trying to make these videos which are very, which might be very helpful after 1 year or so, because in India currently speed is a bit slower. If you compare it with US and everything, you'll see new models rolling out. India is not
Hmm.
behind. You'll see Servam
Yeah.
AI do amazing work, but
Hmm.
that's just one or two examples that we see. So developers and DevOps engineers here need to upskill with what's going out in the world.
Hmm.
That's my aim. That's what I'll be doing next. So be it platform engineering, be it agentic AI or
Hmm.
SRE or new and DevOps, which
Hmm.
is AI ops. So all
Hmm.
those aspects I will be putting in Train with Shubham, as well as the courses, as well as the conferences I attend. I recently was attending Cloud Clubs in Pune, and when I talked about durable execution, they were
Hmm.
surprised that what is durable execution? So, do you
Hmm.
mean that my code will never fail? And they thought that I'm doing a April Fool's prank. And that's when I realized India needs to upskill that much. The
Hmm.
applications out there, they are not failing. People are not waking up at 2 a.m. in the morning and fixing pipelines. It's all
Hmm.
automated. It's all durable execution. So now my goal is to bring that tech, bring those learnings to India in
Hmm.
the national language, in
Hmm.
Hindi, and that's the whole aim.
Nice. So, any words of wisdom, any parting thoughts?
Yeah, anyone who is listening to me, listening to you, all of your viewers, all I would say is don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to step out. Don't be afraid to try new things. Don't be afraid to learn something just because you heard that this industry is dead, or there are mass layoffs happening. There's always ups and downs in life. We saw similar things happening during COVID, then there was a boom, then there was a drop. So this cycle keeps on going, and you also have to keep going. So don't be afraid, learn in public, share your learnings with the community. If you start helping someone in the community, you will, that help will somehow return to you. So the more you help, more your chances of being saved in this long run. So keep helping, keep building.
Yeah, I think that's a great advice. Like, keep helping out, keep outreaching to people. I think one thing that agents or AI cannot replace is the human connection.
Humans, yeah,
Uh,
yeah, so true.
so, thank you so much, Shubham, for joining with us today. I'll leave all the links in the description if you are interested to go and check out what Shubham is teaching, and also like his live sessions. I've seen a lot of folks are very closely interacting, and then Shubham
Yeah.
would go and like play cricket with folks if he's in town.
Yeah, I love doing that.
So thank you very much, Shubham, for joining today, and then we wish you all the very best for future endeavors.
Thanks, Shafraz. It's so good to finally connect with you. And please be in touch. And I'll hopefully see you in Singapore or
For
somewhere
sure.
very soon.